quiet American town, Daniel carries the burden of a hidden family secret. While rebuilding an abandoned house, he discovers letters that reveal a betrayal committed by his ancestors against the family of Emily, the woman he loves. As their marriage approaches, Daniel must choose between silence and truth. His confession, though painful, becomes the path to redemption, and their love transforms the weight of history into hope for the future. The history, the hidden letters. The town of Ashford was small, surrounded by endless fields and quiet roads that seemed to lead nowhere. Life moved slowly there, and memories lingered longer than they should. Families carried stories like heirlooms, passing them down with pride or shame. And Daniel had grown up knowing that his own family's past was not as honorable as others believed. Daniel lived alone, a man of few words, respected for his hard work, but never truly embraced by the community. He carried himself with dignity. Yet there was always a shadow in his eyes, a silence that spoke louder than words. He had learned to live with it, believing that some truths were better buried. The abandoned house at the edge of town had stood for decades, its windows broken, its roof caving in, its walls covered in ivy. People said it was cursed, that it carried the weight of old sins. Daniel, however, saw in it a chance for renewal. He decided to rebuild it, not only as a home, but as a way to mend something inside himself. Day after day, he worked tirelessly. The sound of hammering echoed through the empty rooms, dust filled the air, and the scent of fresh wood mixed with the smell of decay. It was during one of those long afternoons that he discovered a hidden compartment beneath the floorboards. Inside lay a bundle of letters, tied with a ribbon that had long since lost its color. Daniel sat on the floor, his hands trembling as he opened the first letter. The words were written in a careful hand, but the message was heavy with betrayal. His ancestors had deceived and wronged another family, stealing what was not theirs, leaving behind bitterness and ruin. As he read further, the name appeared. The family that had suffered was Emily's. The redemption. Emily was the granddaughter of the man whose life had been scarred by that betrayal. She was everything Daniel was not. Bright, open, full of laughter, she carried no shadows. Only light to Daniel, she was the promise of a future he had never dared to imagine. Yet now, the letters threatened to destroy it all. For days, Daniel kept the letters hidden. He tried to ignore them, to bury them once more, but the words echoed in his mind. He watched Emily smile, listened to her voice, and felt the weight of the secret pressing harder against his chest. The closer they came to marriage, the heavier the silence became. At night, Daniel dreamed of the past. He saw faces he had never met, voices accusing him, reminding him that sins do not disappear. They wait, patient and silent, until someone dares to uncover them. He woke in sweat, his heart pounding, knowing that he could not carry the burden forever. Finally, on the eve of their wedding, Daniel invited Emily to the old house. The walls were freshly painted, the floors restored, yet the air still carried the weight of history. He placed the letters on the table, his hand shaking, and told her everything. His voice broke as he spoke of betrayal, of promises broken, of the guilt that had haunted him. He confessed that his family had wronged hers, that he had discovered the truth only weeks before, and that he could not marry her without revealing it. Emily listened in silence, her eyes filled with tears, her face pale with shock for a moment. Daniel feared he had lost her forever. But then she reached for the letters, reading them slowly, her hands steady even as her heart trembled. When she finally looked at him, her voice was soft but firm. "You chose truth," she said. "That is what matters." Daniel felt the weight lift from his chest. The secret was no longer his alone. Emily did not turn away. She saw not only the past, but the man before her, the man who had risked everything for honesty. Their marriage was not built on illusions, but on confession and forgiveness. The letters, once symbols of betrayal, became reminders of redemption together. They carried the weight of history, transforming it into a bond stronger than silence. And so, in the quiet town of Ashford, Daniel found peace at last. The secret no longer haunted him, for love had turned truth into hope, and the past into a foundation for the future.